Today, I'm excited to introduce you to our first ATM project on Android Studio. We're going to be implementing those three functions that we used on our previous projects, which were withdrawal, balance, and deposit. Just like these were our pillars on our last project, they'll be the same on this one. So now, guys, join me as we delve into each one of them, unraveling their simplicity and power in managing our app. We can start out by first creating our ATM project and naming it ATM project. Now guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. If you enjoyed the video and would like to support the channel, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys. Okay guys, so let's get right into the code. So this is our main activity right now. We're going to first go into scripts, and in Gradle scripts we're going to find the build.gradle KTS. And inside here we want to do build features, and we want to turn on view binding. We can do this by saying build features, and then we can just press sync now. So now while that is syncing, we can first create our variable. Type it first and then delay in it. Now we have to import the activity main binding class. Once we import it, we can go down here and say binding equals to, and then down here we go to set content, and instead of having the r.view, we can change this to binding.root. So doing this will facilitate us into accessing our views, our text views, and our images by just using the binding property. Alright, so let's jump into our layout. We're going to use split, and first we're going to start off by creating a simple image view. In this image view we're going to have our bank logo. So we can do that by easily creating our image view right now. So instead of having this text view, we just replace it with image view. So we're going to give it an ID. ID equals to and we're going to say, since image view, we can say IV ATM. So now we have an image view and we created the ID for it. The ID will be later useful as we'll be able to easily access this image view by using binding.iv.atm. We can get a source, a picture that I'm going to use, and this will be a logo that I created on Canvas, which you guys can easily also create on your own. Once we've selected our logo, we can just copy it and then just paste it into a drawable by pressing the paste button here. Now it will appear right here, and this is the logo that we're going to use for my project. Now we can implement this logo by using Android and then background equal to add a drawable, since this is contained within the drawable file of Bank iLearnEasy. We have to adjust the width and the height of this image view, and we can easily do this. We're going to leave the layout width as it is, but we're going to change the height. We're going to change it to 195, and we're going to use that DP. DP just means density pixels, and that will allow us to choose the amount of pixels we want to display relative to the screen. And then here we want to create some margin, so we're going to use layout margin, and again we're going to use 20 dp here. Let's get rid of this text since we won't be needing it, and let's create some padding. A padding of 10 dp will do well. Now we have our padding, and now we have our image view. A simpler layout. Let's switch the constraint layout to a linear layout. Constraint layout, and then just typing in linear layout in its place. So now we're linear layout, and we're going to create another linear layout. We're going to do it to match parent and match parent. Match parent just means take up as much as you need to in the screen. So it's going to take up most of the screen, this linear layout. So now that we got this linear layout, we can add some features. Features such as we're going to use an orientation, and we're going to switch it to a horizontal orientation. What this allows us to do is that it will allow us to instantly put views to each other's side. So we could have a view here, and we could have another view here. They'll be adjacent to each other, and will be set up in a horizontal manner. So now we have the orientation. We can add some margin by choosing linear layout margin, and we're just gonna margin the bottom. Margin bottom of 15 dp will do fine. And again, some padding of 10 dp. Now that we got that done, we can create our button. Input these features, Android and Android layout width. Those two features will always be required for every view that you input or view that you select. So this button that we're going to have is going to be our first button. In the previous program, we had a balance. Now here we're going to have a button balance beneath our logo. We can first create the ID, just like we did with our image view over here. We can say Android ID. We'll do this, app plus ID, and then we create a name. Since it's a button, we can use btn and then balance. So now we create the ID for the button. Layout width would be 150 dp. Layout height, we can just do wrap content. What wrap content does is that it just, instead of taking up the whole screen like match parent, wrap content just takes up as much as it needs to. Now we can add some color to this. We can do text color, and we can make that white. For me, I'm gonna make it white, but you guys can choose any other color you guys want. So color white, and our background. Our background we'll create later actually. Right now let's just focus on getting the button done. So we're gonna do Android layout margin. We're gonna add some margin to it like the previous. I'm gonna say 5 dp. Then we're gonna create a text style. Text style will allow us to make this bold, make it pop out. And we're gonna add some weight to it. So we're gonna say layout underscore weight. I'm gonna say 1. Text style to make it bold. So margin. So we create some space between the views. The layout weight will let it take up as much of the screen as it needs to. Weight is similar to match parent, just that here it will be better if we do layout weight 1. Now we can say Android text, and inside this text we can say see my balance. Now we can drag another button down here. Okay, so I previously forgot to mention that our linear layout, just like our linear layout down here, is going to have an orientation. It's going to have an orientation of vertical instead of horizontal. That orientation vertical allows us to put views on top of other views. So now that we fixed that problem, we can add this button here and put it beneath this other button. Beneath this button, we're going to end our linear layout. So right here it ends, and we're going to now just add buttons. Right here, we're going to add a button. and we're going to set it to 160 dp. Let's see how that looks. And then we can add, we can say its width is 150 dp and its height is wrap content. So we have to fix our linear layout because we made a mistake here. For the height, we're only going to use wrap content because we're going to create other buttons beneath this one. So okay, so now we got that done. Let's create an ID for this. This one will be our deposit, so we're going to call it btn deposit. The layout height wrap content because we just wanted to take up as much space as it needs to. A width of 150 dp. You can make it 160 dp. Let's make it 160. And underneath we're going to add some other attributes such as below we had we had an Android text color of white, so we can continue having that white in there, color white. And we can do as well as we can add some size to this, so text size equals to, let's say, 32 sp. In this place we then use dp because sp is better for text. So when we use text inside this project, we're going to be using sp instead of dp for text. So we have text size down. Let's add some text style to this, and let's make it bold, just like the one above. As well as let's add some layout weight. Actually, we don't need the weight. Let's remove the weight, and underneath that, let's give it previously we said this is going to be deposit, and we can just copy this exact same thing and just put it here. It's btn withdraw, and underneath we can just put withdraw. Just change that. Actually, we can put this inside our linear layout as well. So we just copy the linear layout we had above here. Okay, so now that we're done with the first part of our ATM project, we can move on to the second part, where we'll continue creating the user interface and finish it off. For now, this is where we're left off, and hope you guys liked it so far. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next part.